Welcome. What is this terminal for, in short? It's a cryptocurrency analysis and trading terminal based on principles of deviation from moving averages. The terminal rests on three pillars that together show the true market state: Birch Matrix, average deviation power, and trend dominance. I'll explain each in detail throughout this and subsequent videos, how they work and how they're derived. Let's start with the terminal's control elements and where to begin. So, after registering and logging in, you land on the main terminal dashboard. As you see, there's a top menu divided into left and right sections. On the left are the terminal sections. On the right is the main menu. The dashboard is displayed. First, note the connection status. If connected successfully, it shows green connected. If red disconnected, check your internet. There might be a temporary drop, page refresh issue, browser freeze, etc. Always check this status because you might be working, see data not updating. We work in real time, only to find the terminal was disconnected, maybe due to a brief connection loss or browser issue. Pay attention to status. After logging in, you'll want to explore the terminal, the main dashboard. First, start by creating a list. A list is an entity allowing you to form groups of instruments you'll work with, analyze, and trade. Lists can vary widely. I'll explain all list settings shortly. To create a list, click the plus sign. In the interface, enter its name and select your exchange. Currently supports Binance and Bybit directly. You can create lists in 4 entities, spot and futures for both exchanges. After creating a list, I've pre-created one to save time. You get the interface for adding instruments and forming the list. Let's explore. You see all coins available on your chosen exchange. Click coins to add them to your list or deselect them to exclude. You can sort them alphabetically by volume or by group. As you see, coins have labels showing project type, e.g., Flare, DeFi solution, meme, utility token, payment system, etc. By default, you can add up to 400 coins. Use Select All for quick selection, then click Save to add them to your list. Our test list is formed. Let me show its settings. I took preloaded to save time, as initial data loading can take up to 10 minutes, depending on timeframes, chart instruments added. Don't worry. After the first load, future access is instant, as data is stored server-side. My test list has all approximately 400 instruments. I kept the default timeframes. This list is active now. All displayed data relates to it. Another key setting: timeframes. Go to Settings, Greater than Timeframes. See the timeframes assigned to your list? If you didn't set them initially, you can always edit here. Remove unwanted ones or add extra. Click Save. Why is this crucial? This setting applies to all terminal calculations indicators: Birch Matrix, average deviation power, trend dominance, and every instrument. My test list uses 8 timeframes. You'll analyze the market through these 8 lenses. Our first list is created. Data is loaded, calculated. What do we see and how do we use it? The most prominent feature and a core pillar is the Birch Matrix. This matrix shows black-white cells for each time frame and every coin, indicating whether the price is above, white, or below, black. It's 25-period moving average. What does this mean? For all 400 coins in our list, every 1-minute chart is analyzed. If a coin's average price is above its MA, the cell turns white, below, black. This happens for every time frame and every coin. The horizontal axis is time. 1 cell equals 1 minute. The matrix updates every minute. What does this give us? A real-time view of the entire market. It's unique. Imagine, for 400 coins on hourly candles, etc., the average deviation from their MAs is calculated every minute. This average value, sneak peek, is the average deviation power. The Birch Matrix visualizes this. We see the market picture. What does the color palette tell us? Predominantly white equals uptrend. Black equals downtrend. shows the advantage of coins above or below their MA. We can rewind, analyze when trend reversals happened. Here, white dominated an uptrend. Here, the uptrend ended and a downtrend began. A small bullish move turned bearish. We're in a downtrend. The tool's uniqueness. One glance tells you if it's an uptrend or downtrend for your selected coins. If you chose nearly all coins, you see the overall market trend, rising or falling. This knowledge is absolute and clear. No false perceptions. You've likely experienced confusion looking at candlestick charts. Is this growth or a correction? Here, you see unambiguously in real time, enough to make a trade. Globally, Birch Matrix shows the big picture. Other tools help pinpoint entries, exits, and detailed analysis. Besides black-white mode, this tool has other views like heat map. As the name suggests, it shows a heat map of uptrend, downtrend strength. Color intensity shows the force behind moves. Other modes are also available. Now, let's talk about electricity, average deviation power. This tool is below the Birch Matrix. What it shows, an index, the arithmetic, mean deviation of all coins' prices from their 25-period moving average across all time frames. For each coin per minute, the price deviation from its moving average is calculated. These values are summed and averaged across all coins approximately 400, giving a number. If greater than 0, the cell is green. Less than 0, red. What does this number mean? Higher values equal stronger average deviation equals stronger price movement momentum right now. Is price rising fast, slow? Is acceleration happening? By learning these values, you'll understand trend phases, reversals, strength, and time frame behavior. Below is this index's graph. Click any time frame to see its historical index values. It's a wave-like function oscillating around 0. Learning to work with this index reveals the big picture and shorter-term action, depending on your style, scalping, mid-term, long-term trades. Currently, we see slight growth on junior timeframes, up to 2 hours. The index is slightly above 0, but not far. We're still below moving average, but a reversal might be starting. Junior timeframes often push seniors. Everything is cyclical. You'll always know your level. Next vital tool, trend dominance. What it shows: the percentage of coins above their MAs. The parity line is always 50%. 50% equals green uptrend. Less than 50% equals red. For example, 79%. Of our 400 coins are above their MAs. We can check each timeframe's graph, ranges 0 to 100%. It also forms a wave function as we oscillate. Here, a significant drop occurred around May 9th, 1520 to May 31st, 1500. The market was mostly in a downtrend. Note the countdown bar showing when the time frame closes. This matters. Graphs build point by point. We show this visually and numerically. When 10% time remains, a digital timer appears. Also here, the EMA indicator toggle. What it does: adds a moving average line to the average deviation power and trend dominance graphs. Activate it as I did now. The line appears. See how the index moved historically and its values. Useful for analysis and strategy building. Continuing. Below the main graph is the Analytical Dashboard. This area lets you compare graphs of average deviation power and trend dominance. Click a graph, the other syncs automatically to the same timestamp. Use this for analysis. Spot entry points, extremes, assess strength, etc. To compare other graphs, e.g. 1 million versus 5 million, disable repeat timeframes on the right. See how higher timeframes have lower resolution but contain more information? This can be very useful. Many interesting patterns and recurring situations emerge. It's a wave-like oscillating function. Find correlations. Join our training to learn analysis techniques. Another key point: changing timeframes on these individual graphs is useful. See the situation per time frame, not just the aggregate indexes or Birch Matrix. but as actual graphs. Assess what's happening. Look, downtrend on 5 million, 15 million starting to turn down, but 1 hour still strongly uptrending, 2 hours hitting 0. This might suggest growth resuming. On 4H, a big drop occurred, now pulling back towards 0. As said, we always oscillate around 0. Here, seeing more green currently, with 2H and 4H pulling up, we might be witnessing a trend reversal, especially if 2H closes above. We could shift from this downtrend to an uptrend tonight, tomorrow. What else do these graphs show? You see the index value, time frame, and the number of ticks processed. E.g., junior time frames show approximately 3,000 ticks, last 3,000 candles analyzed. Daily shows 365 days, 365 candles analyzed. You have up to a year's data for analysis,